Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and welcome to my channel. I finally took the plunge into designing and creating dated inserts for traveler's notebooks. The reason that I was hesitant to do this is because it can get a little complicated when you're trying to put dated pages together because of the way they're laid out when you print them. So you kind of have to pay extra attention to what you're doing, and it's kind of difficult to explain. So I really didn't want to get into that, but it seems that a lot of people do understand how to do it. So I said, okay, let me just give it a try and see how it goes. So I have designed these inserts. This is the cover. They are for July, August, and September, so it's a third quarter insert. And if all goes well, I will continue doing these. I'm going to start out just offering them for the smaller size traveler's notebooks, so that will be pocket for the A6 and personal. So those three are the three that I'm going to start out with these for just to test the waters. And if all goes well, then effective January 1, I will have inserts for other sizes. But we're going to start small, and I will also have a monthly version, I think. I'm working on June now, but let's just go ahead and I'll show you how these go together. So what you get is a cover. These are custom design covers by me, and the cover inside has lines, so these are the inside cover. And then you will get each month a monthly month-on-two page. So it's kind of difficult to show you that here, but it kind of would be like this. And then you will get the week on 2 pages. And these boxes are 1.5 inches wide, so you can use your Erin Condren or Happy Planner stickers with them. I think I tried to keep them long enough so that the Happy Planner stickers would also work. And so you get those weeks in between the months, and then the insert flows all the way through the 3 months. And it starts, I think it is June 26th through October 1. So when the June inserts come out, they will flow right into this, or into, if you want, just July or just August or just September, like that. So everything will flow once I get started with doing the inserts on a regular basis. Okay, so we've done this many times before, but I'm going to show you how to trim these particular inserts and put them together. The main thing is, when they come out of the printer, make sure that everything is in the proper order. I'm not going to cut the cover just yet. And so that you know, this is the cardstock from Walmart. Okay, let's talk about the paper. So this paper says that it's 110-pound paper. I also have 110-pound paper from Michael's, and this paper is so thick that it's almost like chipboard. So, and this, they're both supposed to be 110 pounds, but I don't see how that's possible. This is really thick. So anyway, this feels just like regular cardstock to me. I don't know how it got to be 110 pounds. But nevertheless, let us move on. Paper ran over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these inserts, being careful to keep them in the order that I printed them. I'm just going to divide this in about half. This is the cutter that I use for inserts, and I'm just going to unlock it and use the cut guides that come with my printables to trim down to the correct size. So as you cut, you'll lose your marks, so it's good to know what size. Let's use this end as the guide end. It's good to know what size your inserts are. So we're going to cut the long sides off. So I know that, nope, we're going to cut this one off, the short side. These are personal size. So I know they need to be 7.5 inches wide, because 3.25 and 3.25, 7.5. So even though I have my guide marks, once I get most of them cut off, I still need to know my measurements. So, and I know that they are 6 3/4 tall, so here. And I did not print these on 32-pound paper. I printed them on 24-pound. So there is a little shadowing. If you are concerned about shadowing and bleed through, I suggest a 32-pound paper, a heavier weight paper. So, oh, we're not done yet. So that is the first set. And here is the second set. And if you're doing more than one at a time, just make sure everything is lined up properly. And to bind, I think I need to do a video on binding, because there's some methods I want to test that I have seen used. So we might learn about those together. Besides, I mean, because not everybody has a long arm stapler, nor does everybody wish to own one. So I don't think I'm going to get into that today. But one day in the near future, we're going to go over binding options. I have a sewing machine, because you can sew your bindings with a machine, but my machine is ancient and I really need a new one. I'm not sure that I could get it to work. It's really, really old. Okay, so let's make sure I have my spreads correct. If everything is correct, I'm going to leave these like this, because I'm not sure that, yes, they are. Okay, so we're going to just start folding. You can fold all at once. I like to fold the individual pages just to make sure that they are lined up and I get a good crease. You can use your bone folder. This paper isn't that thick, so, and what I do is kind of keep that inside page in there so that I don't mess up the order of the pages. And I mean, it may not look like it makes sense as you're going through the process, but don't think about it too hard. Just make sure everything stays in the correct order that you print it. And when you put it together, everything will hopefully line up properly. Now again, you need to check the order of the pages and when they come out of the printer. And what I've done is actually numbered the pages. These weren't numbered, these are my test run, but I've numbered the pages so that before you cut off and trim your inserts, you can see what number page you have and make sure everything is in the correct order. I'm trying to do what I can to help you. And also, when you're printing from Adobe Reader, if you look up in the bar, one of the top bars, it does show you the page number and the spread. So it shows you what page numbers fall within that spread. Okay, let's line this up. And I hope those aren't too close to the edge. Might be the way I fold it. Let's refold that. Yeah. That's better. Okay. So here we go. Now this, as you can see, not all the pages are even when you're folding it, because the thickness, as you add a page to your booklet, it increases the thickness and it moves this out. This is called page creep. I couldn't think of the name in the previous video, but that's what it is. It's page creep. And what I've done, I tried to, if you choose to trim off that creep, I've tried to leave enough border so that when you trim these inside pages, those are the pages that would have the most cut off, that you're not cutting off your actual design. Okay. So now that I have that done, I need to bring the trimmer out. I'm just going to use the same trimmer. So now that I have that done, I don't know why I keep putting the trimmer up. We're going to go ahead and trim down our cover. And you don't have to print your cover on cardstock. I just choose to make it more like a book that I got out of the store. And give it, you know, a nice cover feel. So you can't, I've got cut marks on the cover, but what you can do is actually not use those and maybe cut it a slightly bigger if you choose not to trim off the creep. That way, I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to trim to the edge of the color. Try to. That way, if you choose not to trim off the creep, you still have your area, that area covered, or coverage for that part. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold this in half. Use my bone folder. Give it a good crease. So this is your cover. As you can see, it says the months and the year in the background. So this would fit right over this. Now, you can bind any way you choose. You can sew it, hand stitch it, use a staple, or a lot of people just put them in their notebooks just like this without, you know, securing the binding. But this is what you would get. So you get your cover, inside cover, lined first page. Then you get your full month of July. Do I need to zoom in? Yes. So you get July. Then you go through, it starts in June 26th, and you get the week on 2 pages for the month. Then we go into August. You get your week on 2 pages for August. Then we have September, and again, sorry, it's not bound, so things are moving around. You get the week on 2 pages all the way through. And then your last 2 pages are, again, notes, lines, that you can put your own header for whatever purpose you choose to use it. And then this is the back cover. And that's it. So, I mean, it's really up to you how you bind it. I'm going to go ahead and do a saddle stitch. And as you can see, I left my cover a little larger. So what I'm going to do is make sure I get these lined up properly first. And let's see, a couple of binder clips. So get this part lined up the way I want it first. Then I can line this up in the cover. Let me go ahead and put this clip on. I need another small clip. I don't have one. Okay. So then I can position it in my cover the way I want it. And get ready to do my measuring for, oh, here we go. So I've done this several times. Let's try it on this side since the clip is in the way. We're going to find the center. Then I'm going to find the center of that. And measure that. And then I just measured a 1/4 inch on either side because I think the staple is about a 1/2 inch wide. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. And then let's see, find the center of this side. So now I get out my stapler. Fortunately, my stapler is already lined up pretty close to what I need it to be. And there we go. So I've bound it. Now if I want to go back and trim off these little pieces, I can with a metal ruler and a blade. It's the easiest way to do it. Make sure you're on a surface that's okay to cut. And light strokes. Don't try to press down too hard. Just hold your ruler firmly in place. Make light strokes and until you reach the bottom of what you're trying to cut. And there we go. And we can go in and take your corner rounder, round your corners if you choose to. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use, I don't know, there was a time I didn't like rounded corners, but I have really started to like them. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to round these corners using the 1/2 inch setting on my corner chomper. And there we have it, as good as a book out of the store. If you want this to really lay flat, because at first, you know, the paper's not used to folding this way, you can put it under a heavy book or something heavy for a few hours and it will flatten out. Or you could just go ahead and put it in your traveler's notebook. This is my personal size whiskey with pink stitching and bands from Mystic's Little Gifts. I will leave a coupon code below in the description if you'd like to go over and get yourself one or check out what she has to offer over there. And let's see, I'm out of string space. I probably need to add another jump band in here. But let's see, what can we take out? I'm going to take this one out for now until I add a jump band and pop this baby in. And there you have it. That's what it looks like. Zoom out. So if you have any questions about this, let me know down below in the comments. And it is available now on my website at scrapcraftastic.com and maybe a few other things. So go over there and check out what's available. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.